Hi my friends, my name is Eva and I'm still a nutritionist, and today we're going to talk about a very important micronutrient, the magnesium. And we're going to start in the beautiful streets of Paris and we're going to do a little tour in one quartier and we're going to talk about the magnesium. Are you ready? Are you with me? Let's go. What is the magnesium? Magnesium is a salt. It's present in different kind of materials and present in various food supplements and of course in our food. In which products can we find the magnesium? We can find the magnesium in greens, our favorite greens, yum yum yum, broccoli, some green asparagus and stuff. We can find it also in the salads, in the not very beautiful and big amounts, but we still can have it. We also have it in beans, which is very important, and how to cook your beans to have the most magnesium preserved. It's very important to put it in water overnight. So the bean, it's gonna absorb the water, it's gonna have the magnesium who is gonna be still present while you are cooking it. Because as we all know, when we are cooking in a very high temperature our greens, the magnesium is distracted and not very absorbed in the terms of our micronutrients. So it's very important to put the beans or your lentils overnight in the water and afterwards just cook them for a few minutes and you're gonna have all the magnesium preserved. The magnesium is also present in nuts. Choose your nuts wisely. Don't choose the nuts who are grilled. Choose the nuts that are séché, so dried. And also don't forget about the chocolate, which is very important. The dark chocolate with 70% of cacao beans has presence of magnesium. So another very important thing that you have to remember, how to identify a deficiency in magnesium. It's very important to know that the magnesium is present in our, obviously, cells, so in the plasma inside our eukaryote cells, and also is present in our bones. So it's not so easy and a bit tricky to identify when you have a deficiency in magnesium via your blood analysis. That's why the deficiency in magnesium can be identified by some symptoms that you can observe in a daily routine, and we're gonna see those symptoms just right now. Another important thing that you, my friend, have to remember, the magnesium is very tight related with the secretion of cortisol. What does that mean? The cortisol is by definition the hormone of the stress, and the magnesium is the precursor of the coenzyme who is related to the production of the cortisol. Less you have cortisol, better levels of magnesium you have in your body. So what does that mean? That means that when your magnesium levels are high, you are less likely to secrete the cortisol. Magic, right? As an expert, I can tell you with guarantee how to identify a deficiency in magnesium. What are the symptoms? The first one is the fatigue, chronic fatigue. How can you identify it? Obviously you are tired, you have trembling hands, and also you have an apnea of the sleep, so you can't really fall asleep correctly, or you're waking up usually during the night. Another thing is that you have a trembling eye while you have a period of stress who is very high. And also, not to negligee, not to put apart, is looking like a panda, so basically has some black planes under your eyes. So if you identify yourself in one of those symptoms, perhaps you need to drink supplementation in magnesium, and we're going to talk about it just in a few seconds, which actually food supplements in magnesium shall we choose, and which salt is efficient in the bioabsorption in our intestines and which is not. Are you ready? Let's go. So, magnesium is a salt, indeed, but there is different kind of salts that are present in the food supplements that we are choosing every day in our daily routine, and how to choose the right kind of magnesium. So the first one, which is not bio-assimilated by our organism, at least not so well as the others, is the inorganic magnesium. It's the magnesium that goes just through our cells and does not get absorbed in our intestines. The second one is very important, and it's actually a good magnesium, and it has a relatively, let's say, good price. It's the magnesium citrate. It's magnesium which is assimilated in terms of our eukaryote cells and goes inside the plasma in the cells and is más o menos well assimilated in our intestines. Give me my magnesium, please. So, another one which is very important in terms of concentration in magnesium, as I told you, is the citrate of magnesium. It's well assimilated in our eukaryote cells and it's bio-assimilated in our intestines. The third one, which is the most likely to be well assimilated in our intestines, is the bisglycinate magnesium, the king, the top of the pedestal, the masterminds of all the cells of magnesium. Why so? Usually the food supplements that are made with the cell of bisglycinate are associated with vitamin B, vitamin B6, B9 and B12. What does the vitamin B? The vitamin B permits the passage through the double couche of lipids in our eukaryote cells. The passage is transferred via some coenzymes and permits the magnesium to be well absorbed in terms of plasma in our eukaryote cells. Another very thing that you don't have to negligee, don't have to put apart. Again, what is wrong with me today with the translation? The most important and other thing that we have to remember is the association of the bisglycinate magnesium with a protein. Exactly, a protein, the essential amino acid that, as we all know, are not brought and secreted by themselves in our body, but has to be brought in our body via our daily ratio, via food. So it's lysine, isoleucine, tyrosine, tryptophan, and etc. When you combine the bisglycinate magnesium with the vitamin B6 and with the essential amino acids, so a protein, so at least a fracture of a protein, you can be sure for 100%, for 1000%, that's your magnesium is going to be assimilated, because in our membrane, which is the double couche of lipids, so of fats, we have some transporters that are basically proteins. So when you assimilated the passage of a protein inside a protein canal, you can be sure that your magnesium bisglycinate is going to be assimilated. Unfortunately, those kind of food supplements cost a lot, but they're the most efficient and the most effective ones. Another very important manière to prevent the secretion of the cortisol and so the stress is to take example from those guys. Do sports, because the fact of doing sports is the inhibitor of the secretion of the cortisol. Simple as that. Live healthy, eat healthy, drink your magnesium and do sports, and I can guarantee that your stress is going to be avoided. And what about the dosage, will you ask me? Well, it's very simple. It's 6 milligrams for 1 kilogram of your body weight. So, to do simple, for women it's around 360 milligrams per day, and for men it's 420 milligrams per day. Now, when we have debunked the myth of the magnesium and why this is a crucial micronutrient for our body, now when you know how to choose wisely your food supplements and magnesium, well, I have perhaps nothing else to add. I'm very happy that you were with me today. I'm very happy to make this video for you guys, because obviously micronutrients can be tricky sometimes and it's not so obvious to choose your food supplementation. That was me, Eva Churches. That was me today as your nutritionist, as your counsel, and I hope you are having a good day. Be healthy, avoid stress, and bisous bisous, et à bientôt.